Hi, today I'm going to show you a database called Netflix. So Netflix is an online streaming provider that contains various data for its sites to be functional. Here I have a entity relationship diagram. I have created a similar diagram to this one. So here are the shapes that will symbolize the entity, action, and attribute. So an entity will be inside a rectangle, action inside a diamond, and attribute inside an oblong. So now let's go to my entity relationship diagram for Netflix streaming services. So here we have the user entity, which is a part of the Netflix database. So the user entity will have a user ID, attribute, name, and email address. So now we have the actions of subscribe and browse. So once the user subscribes, there will be a subscription entity. This will lead to the payment and status attributes. Okay, let's now say the user wants to browse categories. So here the category will filter, there will be an action of filter. This will lead to movie and TV series. TV series and movies will have the attributes of year, genre, name, and rating. And for TV series, rating, name, genre. So both movie and TV series will be starred by an actor, which will have the attributes of name and birthday. So now let's proceed to creating the main database. So create database Netflix. So let's show the databases. So here we can see the list of databases that I have. So I've already added Netflix. So let's use Netflix. So now we're going to create tables for our Netflix database. So create table user ID, integer, name, text, email, text, subscription, text. Let's enter that. So now I'm going to create another table called category, which will contain the details of the movies and TV series. So here we have name, text, data type, text, and then genre, text data type, and then rating, integer data type. So let's enter that. So here we can see that we have successfully created two tables for our database Netflix. So let's insert some entries into both tables. Okay, so for our second entry, third one, so okay, we've successfully entered 3 entries to our table user. So now let's proceed to inserting more entries into our table category. Our table category, we have category year, name, genre, rating, and then values of movie year 2011, and CUs, and then a horror film, and then a rating of 7. So we have now multiple entries for both our tables. So let's proceed to now we can see that both tables are successfully created and filled in with entries. Okay, now we're going to update the table user by setting the name Anne Hathaway instead of Annie Hathaway, and then email to a null variable. So now as you can see, one row affected. So now I'm also updating the table category. Okay. So we've done the code. So now let's select from user. Now we can see that Anne Hathaway has been changed and updated. So let's tap and select from category. So here we can see the table category, and here from a rating of 9 for the friends you show, it has become a rating of 8. Now we're going to delete the user Anne Hathaway from the user table since she no longer has an email address. So okay. So now let's check, select from user. Okay. You can see that there is no longer an Anne Hathaway user. So now let's type and select name, genre, year, and then from category. So let's enter that. So here we can see that the database will only display the name, genre, and year of our category table.